Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So I'm recording this video pretty late at night, but it will be released on Sunday, May 9th. So some of the data may not be completely up to date. However, I will be talking about the long range, the medium range, nothing too short range. So again, a 12-hour difference in video won't really make a difference for the long range forecast. So let's start talking about this. If you're new, by the way, welcome. I do weather videos, and I'm a weather hobbyist, enthusiast, not a professional meteorologist. So if you enjoy that type of stuff, consider watching this video, and if you like it, consider giving a thumbs up or subscribing. All right, let's get into this. So first off, I want to go look at the radar right now, and let's zoom out. I was looking at my area and see. So right now we obviously have this large storm that is actually producing snow across portions of southern Chicago. It's not really accumulating, but I was looking at a webcam centered in Joliet, which is right here, and it was snowing. Now, obviously, probably not enough to accumulate, but under such heavy precipitation rate, snow does occur. And notice under heavy precip rates, if the atmosphere is right, snow can occur, as heavy precip rates cool it down and a column cools. So under only the heaviest precip rates does it snow, and you can see it was indicating some of that right there. So yes, if this was a month earlier, April, this definitely could have been a late season blizzard across portions of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Iowa. But notice, right, look what this did. It just traversed and dropped quite a bit of much needed rain across these locations. However, I do want to point something out. Look at that little line right there, squall line, almost like a derecho. Wasn't, I think, long enough, didn't hold itself long enough for a derecho, but you get it. Pretty strong winds and quite a bit of rain. I do want to say that if you were to look at I'm just using my area because I just know that a lot of the United States is under drought. But look, all right, so I live in that little shaded red area. It's only drier 1% of the time in terms of historical, over the last 150 years, which is, around it. There's been maybe 1 or 2 years that have been drier in terms of soil moisture. And notice, look how dry and look how small that area is, and that's where we live. We've been just getting kind of, it's dry all across northern Illinois and Indiana and Michigan. But I've been, my location here has been just getting avoided, storm after storm. And finally, with this system, I was like, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. But I was, okay, fine, we can't get out of this, right? The storm has to bring us rain. I live right there. Look what happened. Look how close the rain was to falling, right? It shifted to the south. It was falling heavily through even Chicago itself, south side of Chicago. But to the north, nothing. Not a drop. I'm looking out my window. I went outside. It's pretty dark, but I checked. Not a single drop of rain has fallen here. And look, this system just continues to slide to the south. So, yeah, from what came of, they were predicting up to 2 inches across our area, potentially, if things go really bad, not a single drop of rain. So, and that's, with these type of systems, that's definitely possible. It's just such a pain because look how much of the United States is covered under a drought. I think I had this pulled up somewhere. Maybe I didn't. Well, it's a good portion of the United States. Here's just the Midwest. And look, while it isn't severe yet, it's just mainly moderate or abnormally dry, we are still seeing very cold temperatures. It's 40s, 50s. As soon as we start getting temperatures in the 70s and 80s, the soil moisture, whatever's left of it, it's gonna go completely out. I wouldn't be surprised, since we got no rain out of this system as well here across Cook County, northern Cook County, and Lake County, and southern Wisconsin, if they start putting us in severe drought within the next 2 to 3 weeks. As again, it does look wet, but as you've seen with these systems, we've just got completely avoided, and it really aggravates me. I don't know if you guys are the same. It's probably just me, but whenever I see something like that, I know I need the rain, and it's so close, literally within a stone's throw away, and it just bypasses. Really frustrating. Regardless, let's start talking about other stuff, right? And stop focusing on this, because I know I have a lot of gardeners on here, so I do want to say that at this point, for me at least, I'm going into uncharted territory with this drought that we have here. We've been having, for the past 4 or 5 years, some of the wettest springs on record, and now it's one of, if not potentially the driest one ever. It's in 150 years, so really, it's going to be hard. But the rivers are all drying up, and especially since it's spring. It's not even summer yet, and we're already in such a drought. It's not faring itself well. All right, let's take a look at the GFS model and put this through, right? So notice I'll zoom this out a bit, as I am a bit too zoomed in, and I want to show you the date and the time so you guys could look at this. GFS, right? This is a pretty good model. It handled this system a bit, pretty good, I would say. But again, just an unfortunate area here in northern Illinois didn't get the much needed rain. Thankfully, though, some areas that did need it also got it. In central Illinois, central Indiana. Notice as it moves up the east coast, it weakens. It doesn't really produce anything. Pockets of snow may occur, especially across higher elevated areas in Pennsylvania or where precipitation falls the heaviest. Aside from that, very chilly air. Notice frost, snow showers definitely occurring widespread across the northern tip of the United States and into southern Canada. Notice quite a bit of snow could actually fall a full-fledged snowstorm across Colorado and Wyoming. Look at that. Denver definitely picking up some snow May 11th right there. And this spills out into the country. Unfortunately, misses a lot of the Midwest that needs the rain, goes into the South, which Texas does need some rain. And because of this cooler, that's this high pressure, it just kind of steers all that away. However, for those that want the warm temperatures for the northern United States, it's been very warm across the west and the south. But finally, look what happened. So we'll have to wait one more week. But, by Thursday, Friday, temperatures will be close to normal. But then you can see the last remnants of this cold air get shoved out, and we start seeing a classic spring pattern with thunderstorms, rain. And notice that as we see this, obviously indicated by the rain snow line very far to the north, you could tell it's summer even based on how or spring summer pattern based on how the storm system's set up. Notice, right, today's system, it looks like a winter storm. It's just all rain because it's super late in the season. Rather an unusual storm system for May. More of a March type of event. Notice that as we take a look into this, look at that storm system. You can tell it's gonna have some thunderstorms here. Definitely this indicative, this moisture plowing to the north of warm air coming along with it. Some sort of a spinning system right here. Not really a hurricane, but it looks like one. Pretty early. Not unheard of. There have been May tropical storms, but notice that we do see some snow, potentially some rain, and I don't think it will be overall a very, very warm pattern. It's not going to be like a heat wave. Maybe occasionally a few days could be very warm for the U.S., but as you get towards the south and west, it will be rather warm. But for the Midwest, the Northeast, the northern plains where it has been chilly, it will feel warmer as it will be returning back to normal. But notice that after each storm system, there could be a little bit of that cooler that comes in. And notice, hopefully, a lot of these locations do get some much-needed rain. But again, no one really predicted the drought that is going on right now across kind of the Midwest, and there are many, many other areas that have it much worse. The Upper Plains, Dakotas, are pretty much dry. They've saw no snow, little rain. The Southwest is obviously in a perennial multi-year drought that is slightly bettering itself across California, but if you're to take a look at the total precipitation, it's rather abysmal. At least there's something, but nothing to break the drought. And the rains seem to center the Midwest that needs it, but again, this model, they're not too good at predicting summer storms as they are potentially with winter storms. And you can see the Canadian, completely different setup, more across the west, but way more scattered, and just not as good. Let's take a look at some other models. I just want to show you the NAM 12KM. Actually, no, because this model did a pretty bad job with this system we have going on right now, so it'll only make sense if I show you the next 84 hours with a model that did a better job, like the RGEM. Notice, right? It showed this system sliding just south of our area, which what happened, and notice that, or my area. I just use my area because I know that's what happened. I'm sure this model had many other areas that were more correct with its run than the NAM. Notice this moves in tomorrow at around 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, p.m. It's moving, it's raining across much needed areas that need that rain, and it slides off into the northeast pretty weak, but it could spark up some thunderstorms across the south that could be severe, and this would be late at night. So definitely could be more of a threat if it's at night and no one's aware. But notice, very, very chilly air for May. Today it was, I think, 43 in my location, Chicago, in May. Not a record, but definitely chilly. And notice quite a bit of precipitation across Wyoming, Colorado. Colorado has been getting a lot of precip, and that's good because they are also in a drought, but they have been kind of getting out of it because of how much rain they've been getting and snow, so that's definitely great to see. Notice Texas, the South, has been seeing rain, but they've been seeing that rain for a while now. They're not really, it's like the one part of the United States that's drought-free. And then notice it's still this really cold, stubborn air, but to the west, very, very warm, and I actually could show you the 2-meter temperature shaded. and demonstrate this to you. Notice during the night, obviously the mountains get cold, but other than that, it's rather above average for the Northwest. But look at this. We have 60s in Minnesota, followed by 50s in Missouri. Obviously, one of these is misplaced, and in this case, it's both of them. It's too warm here, too cold here. In terms of anomalies, right, averages. Not saying that it's wrong, but notice, look at that potential frost all the way down here. This probably over-exaggerated, as NAM shows snow with this ongoing system, which probably won't lead to any accumulations. But notice across the southeast, Texas, the first triple digits, probably not the first, but one of the first ones. California being warm, and so that's what the RGEM shows, total accumulated precipitation next 84 hours. Let's take a look again. Mainly to do with this system, not much across the west or the northern plains and the upper Midwest. That's the Canadian, that's the GFS. I do want to show you the European quickly. And this model is a pretty good model. I wouldn't say it's as good, or so much better as it used to be than the GFS, as the GFS has been upgraded numerous times. Notably with the recent one being this year, which was just a amazing upgrade. Its accuracy visibly improved. Notice that, right, we have a huge high pressure dominating, same trend as all the other models show, and just dry, right, for a while. But then once that warm air comes in, it comes in with moisture, so then it starts generating some storms. At this point, they're hit or miss, right? So it's, it could make things worse, could make things better, depends on where you live. But you can see that the European does advertise for temperatures to be warming up. They're initially pretty chilly, 40s, 50s, and then it goes up, shoots up. You can see day by day it gets warmer. North Dakota and South Dakota are in a very bad drought right now, so these temperatures, they don't want that, especially since soil moisture is already super low. It looks to get even lower as it's warm, lack of precip. So not good, especially since those states produce a lot of fruit. In general, the Midwest, you don't want drought in the Midwest or anywhere, but especially the Midwest, where the food basket, it's called the bread basket of the United States. It's I'm jumping really easily to conclusions here by, there's barely moderate drought across these locations when I'm talking about this immense drought. And I'm not predicting anything. However, through historical trends, usually springs that are dry across certain areas, especially in the Midwest, the years end up being dry as well. And if that's paired with very warm summer temperatures, the soil moisture is wicked out really quickly. And the droughts of summer of 1988, 2012, the springs weren't as dry as we have one right now. So hopefully, that trend doesn't continue, and we see a wet summer instead of a dry summer, because on top of a dry spring, historical dry spring, historic, it could be very bad. But notice, European, day by day, it gets warmer. So that's very nice to see, finally, normal temperatures. At this point, 70 seemed like a faraway fantasy, even though we're already in mid-May and we're still seeing 43 degrees and snow across central Illinois. Yeah, definitely a weird year. Cold, lack of precip, snow, each year brings something new. Last year had some of the wettest months, some of the wettest days in May. This year it's dry for at least my area. And I want to show you the 8 to 14 outlook, or 6 to 10 day first, May 14th through the 18th. Notice the warm air centered further towards the west, cooler towards the east, and again, some much needed rain potentially across the northern plains. But these forecasts aren't too accurate, especially the precip one. Those are much harder to predict. 8 to 14 outlook, you can see the heat moves towards the plains, towards the Midwest, the central United States. They need that. It's been pretty dry, pretty cold, so it will definitely be nice to see this, and hopefully some more rain. However, again, this doesn't seem to be 100% accurate, and hopefully it will be, but if you're a gardener, hopefully get some rain, hopefully get those gardens saturated. We're just really have some bad luck this year. However, just look at that. I just can't bear it. I live in Chicago, and miles away. That rain flipped us the bird at this point and completely ignored us. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all guys on the next episode. See ya. Bye.